No artist wants to be stuck at the bottom of the music industry, and everybody that exists between you and the top spot is in your way. Now, competition with A-listers can drain your resources very fast in the beginning, and so we got to skate around that in today's video. You may also be struggling with some self-doubt and some unique identity issues going on here, and this is causing some issues with you actually standing out and competing. But I don't want you to think that you need a heavy dose of monetary resources to actually get in the game and make it work. You will need money though, but not right now. And if you have some, that's great too. Let's jump into the Music Money Makeover show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover show. My name is Casey Graham. Now I see these issues all the time. Maybe some of you all focus on business a little too much too early, but you don't really come back and bring it back home to the product. You don't work on your product development. And that's you. And we got to address these things in today's episode. Check it out. Stop competing with A-listers. I've been hinting at this in the intro of the video, but this is really real. As an artist striving to leave a mark, it's natural to look up to the top players in the industry. However, focusing too much on what the A-listers are doing can lead to wasted resources and loss of personal identity. Instead, build your own brand that's unique and sets you apart. Remember, the music world is vast and there's a place for everyone. There really is, okay? So what I mean by this is a lot of times you have some guys that come into the game, they got money, and the first thing they want to do is they want to look just like all the A-listers. They want to go to the same clubs, they want to be on the radio, they want to get the same blog write-ups, they want to do all the stuff that the A-listers are already doing, and your money cannot compete with that simply because it's not long enough, it's not long enough to handle the workload that they're already taking on. So this is why it's important to start with the stage that you're at, even though you may have the money, and not waste it and really focus on the small independent efforts that you can do to build the foundation of your music business as a whole, your record label, your publishing, and all of that. And then ultimately the attention that you gain from your social media platforms. You got a lot of stuff to work on to look like a true A-lister. You don't want to imitate them. This is going to waste time, money, resources, and energy. You don't want to do that, okay? So stop competing with the A-listers. Now, understand that 90% of your current competitors won't make it. This isn't to breed negativity, but to foster resilience. The reality of the music industry is that it's tough and many artists drop out along the way. The journey may be hard, but knowing this can help you stay focused, determined, and ready to outlast the competition. It doesn't take much as long as you have a focused effort on what you're doing on the bottom to build your foundation to bypass the 90% of folks at the bottom. Most of it is presentation and talent. The next step of that is content, but it's not hard to get out of this 90% right here as long as you focus. All you got to do is stay consistent and you can pretty much pass level 1 and get out of this. All right. Now, remember, money doesn't equal success in the beginning. Uniqueness does. This is why I've been talking about it for the last couple videos, because it's just like for some of you all who are engineers and producers or artists who engineer their own selves, it's like an EQ. There's a flat line and you can just bump up certain frequencies in the graphic EQ, and then you can see that, oh, this frequency stands out. Yeah, because there's not much of a threshold, if you will, at the bottom. So you don't need much money. You just have to be unique in what you showcase through the content and through the music. But it's got to be dope, though. The early stages of a music career are rarely lucrative. Instead of equating money with success, prioritize your unique musical identity. Your originality will be your key to long-term success. As you build your identity and cultivate a dedicated audience, financial rewards will follow. So that's what I'm saying. Don't really worry about the money. Worry about presenting yourself as a unique artist to all the social media platforms that you're going to use. Do it through that unique content. And then make sure that all the other foundations that you're going to need, whether it be DSPs and whatnot, really showcase who you are. They have a nice flair to it. This is what makes you stand out amongst the crowds. So now here's another one. Setting your sights far and not high will help you attain your goals. Hear me out. Immediate fame is tempting, but rarely leads to long-term success. Focus on sustainable growth and progression. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your ultimate goal. Be patient, be persistent, and keep creating. Okay, so a lot of people at each level of the game, they will set their sights like very high in the in the area that they're in. So this is like if you're at the very beginning of your music career and you go to open mics, you see people who come to the open mics just to win the competition, which means they set their sights high at the level that they're at. We don't want to do that. We want to look past, we want to go far. So we want to look past the open mic. We don't care about winning that $100 they're talking about. We don't care about that. Those are the people who want to be a big fish in a tiny pond, not a little one, but a tiny one. We don't want to do that. We're going for the giant ocean. We're trying to be a whale in the ocean, or like Poseidon in the ocean, but we got to be a little tiny baby little Poseidon. You know what I'm saying? To get there. So when that happens, then you begin to actually go far. We're not worried about these little itty bitty things. They're not even small wins to us because that stuff is superficial more so than the main goal that's straight ahead. That's why you want to set your sights far and not high. You set them high, you go into the ego. You set them far, you got longevity. That's just what it is. Now, what if my style doesn't appeal to the masses? The key is to find your niche audience who appreciates and values your unique style. The mass appeal often follows when you remain authentic and true to your style. And that's what I'm saying. So if it's not appealing, and you got some sharpening to do, but understand remaining unique and authentic allows people to set you apart from others in their brains. So refine yourself a little bit. Sharpen up things a little bit. Shape up your presentation. Work on your lyrics. You know what I mean? Work on how you engage with the camera and with the audience. There are things that you do that set you apart from everybody else. When you figure those things out, double down on them. Really push hard for them. Now, what if I can't sustain myself financially while chasing my music career? This is a risk every artist takes. However, by focusing on your unique identity and not wasting resources competing with the A-listers, you're more likely to find financial stability. Every step of the way has money for you. It is all built in. It will come to you, but you must keep refining your business, your content, your sound, the production. Every little bit helps, all right? And here's something that I learned. Working with an artist that is kind of prominent right now and buzzing is that if you're feeling the need to go get money, figure out how much you truly need to accomplish or fix the things that's going on. And if you can adjust your budget. Artists don't really know how to budget, and I understand y'all are in a creative space. But if you understand that something's going wrong with the budget, you need to adjust that before you look at how much money you need to go forward. A lot of times you could be doing too much too soon, and you got to dial things back, and it's okay. Maybe your head is getting a little too big for where you are and you don't understand that, and you just need to dial some things back. Hey man, pull it back. We're not there yet, and we're not generating that much money. You also need to look at all the resources around you and the stuff that you built up to see if you can start leveraging money from your community first and foremost before you go asking for money. Okay? So I know that money is required. I know this is a hot topic right here. Don't compete with the A-listers trying to shoot high for the section that you're in right now. Just continue to shoot far for everything and you'll be fine. Now, what if my music is not good enough? There's always room for improvement. It's crucial to be open to feedback and constantly evolve. Your uniqueness can't be replicated, so build on that. But the point is, if you haven't worked on your music, like if you haven't really refined the music, then don't press go yet. Really refine that music. Play it for people, play it for DJs, play it for industry tastemakers, anybody. You know, and maybe not your immediate family, but maybe some of your cousins and stuff like that. Play it for people who's not your immediate family so you can get an honest opinion and feedback. And then bring it back to the drawing board after you've left and you worked on some stuff, and then you come back to the actual, not the drawing board, but to the field again. All right? Now, here's what you need to do. Understand your value and uniqueness. Focus on sustainable growth, be patient, and keep creating. Your journey is unique to you and can't be compared to anyone else's. But in addition to all this creative work we just did, I'm pretty sure, and I can bet, that your default record label as an artist is not built yet. Therefore, we got to do this. I've created this thing called a 60-day record label. It's a framework to establish your record label in a perfect 60-day sequence. You're not going to waste no time doing this. By default, you, the artist, are your very own record label and publisher. Many artists don't know this, but I do. So I'm telling you now, you're going to learn how to set up your LLC and attach a bank account to it flawlessly for some base level anonymity. And then we're going to set up your records and publishing division to collect domestic and international publishing royalties without the middleman taking 15%. I'll explain this in the course. but I think you know who I'm talking about. And then we're going to utilize the contract templates to get you in the game right away, because in order to compete in this game, you need to know how it works. So all this stuff is covered: BMI, ASCAP, Sound Exchange, the MLC, Music Reports, Harry Fox Agency, Illuminate, All Music, ISRC.com, music distributors, and much more. You can get all of this if you click the link in the description down below. Book a call with me either before you start or after. I recommend after, because I'm going to answer 98% of your questions in that course anyway. And we'll develop a strategy together one-on-one so you can win. I want you to win. I don't want anybody to lose in this game. That's my ultimate goal. Download the free stuff below if this is your first time watching the channel. Ultimately, here's your sounds of success. Embracing these strategies will lead to tangible benefits. You'll build a dedicated niche audience that appreciates your authenticity. Financial stability will come as you continue to grow within your unique space and without the stress of keeping up with industry giants. Your long-term industry presence will be a testament to your resilience and commitment to your art. And most importantly, you'll gain increased self-confidence and personal satisfaction, affirming that you're on the right track. But if you go down that slope of doom, ignoring these strategies, on the other hand, may lead to a challenging journey. Continuously trying to compete with A-listers may deplete your resources without yielding the desired results. You may also grapple with unfulfilled potential and emotional burnout due to constant comparisons and unmet expectations. Boy, don't I know that one. Loss of personal identity could occur if you're too focused on emulating others. And ultimately, these factors could lead to a potential departure from the music industry that you're so passionate about. Right, music money makers? We want to be here blowing this trumpet right here with sounds of success. Now, in the beginning of this video, you were lost in the sauce of all the noise that was going on, and you were probably trying to compete with the A-listers doing what they do, you know what I'm saying, thinking that you're them. This is the Beyonce, Jay-Z syndrome that a lot of people have when they're getting started. Ultimately, if you can address this thing and move towards the long-term approach with yourself and develop your unique characteristics and what makes you stand out, you can unlock the door to level 2 in this music industry, and you can become that new hot buzzing artist that everybody is talking about. Music money makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com, jump into the 60-day record label course today, book a call on musicmoneymakeover.com, download the free stuff down below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.